with me. Now, some people say, like, I do the financial house at the beginning, I do it at the end. I do it normally near the end. But whatever works. Now, here's the thing. If you're closing business, when you go out and then it's working. But here's what I'm going to say to somebody. Like the lady, her girlfriend said to me, Sophia's girlfriend goes, well, what would you do if I had like a couple $1,000s to invest? Now, the answer to that question is, I don't know yet. Right?
Right.
Here's what it is, you can do Primerica people, you can do a mutual fund, you can do this. No, because I don't know their situation. Where do you think I'll probably recommend her to put the $2,000? What do you think? What do you think? Emergency fund. Because they should have at least how many months? 3 to 6 months, right? So here's what I do. I'll say, listen, Bill, Sue, let me show you kind of what we believe. Or you can say, or what I believe. I do this so people can, you guys are the clients, right? I do this so people remember. Let me kind of give you an example of like building a house, okay? Pretend for a minute. Now remember, guys, in a little bit, you're going to actually be doing this with somebody. So let's pretend for a minute that you're going to build a house, okay? Now, when you're building a house, the first thing they do, Bill and Sue, they usually pour the what?
Foundation.
Pour the foundation, right? Now, if you don't have a good foundation, Bill and Sue, what typically happens? The house crumbles. Well, see, this is your income. See, you make money and you make money. That's your income. If an income shuts off, that's going to be a problem for the house. Would you agree? That's what we want to make sure. And I don't care if you write in here, guys, or here. It doesn't matter. That's where you want to make sure you have adequate life insurance. Okay? Now, I call that 1A. Now, so they pour the foundation. And then think about what they do next. The walls go up. Then they put the roof on. And then they can start working inside the house. Because there's roofs on now, they're not going to get wet, right? Well, 1B, I call that your will, your living will, and durable power of attorney. Don't wills and life insurance kind of go hand in hand, Bill? Yeah. Sue? Yep. Because let me ask you a question. If you were to pass away together, God forbid together, you pass away together, who would raise the kids? I say, have you guys ever discussed that? Gosh, we need to, or my sister or whatever. Do you have that in writing anywhere? Right? So you need to have that. And we have a very inexpensive way of taking care of all that. 2 is have an emergency fund set up. What we've learned is most people, their emergency fund is Visa or MasterCard, or their 401k, or the kids' college funds. So we recommend people having at least 3 to 6 months of their bills in an emergency fund. Okay. 3, retirement. God willing, we're all going to be able to retire. We're going to want to retire someday, right? We have to know how much money we need for retirement, don't we? What I found is most people save maybe in a 401k or they put money away, but there's no actual strategy. How long have you two been together? 15 years. Who pays the bills in the house? And usually they say, well, I do, one of them, right? Many times it's the lady that does, right? So I'll say, Susie, could you do me a favor? Could you go get your written financial plan? Not your 401k thing, but your plan. The plan which calculated how much you need for retirement, college, a plan to get out of debt. Could you go get that plan for me? Could I take a look at it? And they look at me like I got a third eye right there, right? I said, what I learned is, the odds, if people don't have a plan, the odds of them reaching is slim to none. Would you guys agree? 4 might be college for the kids. I notice you have some little ones. Or you might say, I notice your kids are grown. But I know you know people, and I know you got family members that have little kids. We show people how to put money away for their kids' college education tax-free, because we do. By the way, what are the tax-free accounts Primerica offers for college? Coverdell, which is the educational IRA, and 529 plan. If you have your securities license. 5 is goals and dreams. What we learned is people want to go on a dream vacation, or maybe they want to redo the kitchen, or maybe they want to buy a boat. But this is how you build a plan. And then my corny little chimney, I said, we help people smoke out the debt. And that's a basic financial game plan. And what I learned is If someone passes away, people's financial house is turned upside down. Susie, can you imagine if Bill's income shut off? How do you pay your bills, save for your retirement, put the kids through college on your salary? Can you do it? I go, the answer is you don't. And Bill, Susie brings home some bacon too, and she helps with the kids, right? Would you agree that's a major catastrophe? And I said, and this is from Bill Arender, guys. What I've learned is there's two deaths when someone dies. The death of the person and the death of the income. When a person dies, you lose someone you love, that's crushing enough. But why don't we leave them a financial burden on top of that? What's really sad is that could have been avoided. Would you agree? So building a financial game plan, what people do, and by the way, you can do the questionnaire, but what people do is they set aside a certain amount of money to build their house. And what I've learned is the average family that I talk with, normally they set aside about 10% of their income. Then you got families that are more fortunate, they can do 15 to 20%. They have more disposable income. Then you got families that are on a limited, maybe on a more of a tight budget or limited budget. They can set aside about 5% of their income. So if you guys were building a plan, what percentage of income would you want to build your house? And then you listen, right? And they might, guess what? Remember, what's the most common one they pick, guys? They pick because it's the one in the middle. I go, well, let's see if that's doable. Now, if you already did their F&A, that's fine, but I'll say, so Bill, you're making $3,000 a month, and Susie, you're making $3,000 a month. That's $6,000. So if you said 10%, you'd be telling me you guys would be totally comfortable setting aside $600 a month or $300 each to build your financial house. Are you guys comfortable with that? And don't flinch. Woofa, thank you. Good, coachable. You're woofa, wait for an answer. So you say, okay, now if they go, and this is called a drop close. What you do is go, Mary Jo, what if we did this? What if we cut it in half and made it 300? Would that be a little better? So what you do is when you take their incomes, you got to be good at dividing by 2. Which I think that was second grade, I think, maybe. So that's $150 each. And I go, by the way, that's $37.50 a week. That's about $6.75 a day. The first $6.75, Dave, could I get you to put and start building your house with that? Would you be okay with that? Yeah, I think I could do that. Suki, could you do that? Yeah, I think I could do that. Okay. 300. Okay. So what I'm going to do is we're going to build your game plan, and I'm going to come back with your results. And when we come back, by the way, let's see if I did a good. Now, I usually flip it around because they're sitting across me, but I don't want to do this here because it's up here on the screen. But if I said, so when I come back, remember, I spin it around and go, let's see if I did a good job. What's the first thing we need to take care of when I come back? And what do they usually pick?
Life insurance.
And they go, the life insurance. I go, awesome. Now, Mr. Client, Mrs. Client, tell me why. I'm not trying to be funny. Tell me why. Well, because if I'm not here, you're right, she can't pay all the bills. And she could say, well, neither can he. I said, so that's the first thing we got to take care of when we come back. Agree? So as long as we keep everything within budget, are you okay coming over to us when I come back? Yep. Okay, great. Y'all got it?
Yep.
Okay. You get the gist of it, right?
Yep.
Now, you want to, I was so tempted to knock it down, but I was just being a nice guy.
I know you were.
Jerry was doing everything to prove to me that I was wrong, but I could have just knocked it over, but